Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Agent Academy. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle or MP3 player. And now, welcome to the Agent Academy.
Downloading latest intel package. Welcome back. I was getting worried about you.
Agent Academy, episode 28, recorded on July 18th, 2018. I'm Agent Soho.
And I'm Agent Goonie Guy.
And on the show, we got a lot of stuff to get through. We got new community manager for the Niantic franchise, classified anomaly intel surprise, Andrew Krug's AMA answers to itemize. You have until July 22nd to neutralize. And sorry about the rhyming scheme. I do apologize.
It's just a bunch of lies. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I challenge you, an extra challenge this week. Go out and tell one of your agent friends about the show and get them to listen to it. And then submit some content so you can go, see, that was me on the show. They played my call like we're going to do later for one agent who sent something in.
One lucky agent. That's right. We got a call. I like calls. I like voices.
Only if they rhyme and you have choices.
Hey, off to a good start. I like this episode. So you want to get us started with your exciting actions that you performed recently?
Okay, I'll start this. May not be decently, but I'll go. No, we won't rhyme everything. It's like Dr. Seuss does Ingress.
Right.
So this week it's been the old Cassandra Neutralizer badge, and I don't know how it's been going for you. We'll get to you in a second, sir. So hold your tongue. I finally got my first badge, and I still need to get the 300 or the 1,000, but time is running out. I believe it ends it's like Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. It's that weird UTC crap that I don't know. It's somewhere around then. Mm-hmm. Be done before then, just to be sure. So anyway, I guess going around getting neutralizers, we're kind of going to talk about this later, but the grays, have you seen all the grays around?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I guess we'll go into the specifics about it in a bit, really, without like talking about it right now. But basically, kind of, that was my week too. It was like just trying. In fact, today, before the show, right after work, I drove through downtown. Luckily, there's a newbie down there who is resistance, and he didn't know about not deploying and letting the greens get their badge. It's it's the polite thing to do, is to blow stuff up and then capture them. Anyway, he didn't know, so I went down there and blew up all his stuff. But I'm thinking at most I got 13. So I'm going to do this every day and just hope I get the 100.
This is downtown?
Yeah, this is downtown.
Well, what you need to look for are the Pokemon Go players trying to get to 12. They're the only ones deploying, apparently. So you got to find where they play and then go blow up their stuff after they deploy.
All right. Okay. That's a good idea.
I was actually under the false impression that one of the resistance players around here was actually deploying on portals. Like I saw, like they blew up a portal that I had, and I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And then they deployed. And I was like, oh, and I even sent a comms message out, and they basically responded with, well, yeah, because they added in that thing with the double AP and then the triple AP for putting on the last resonator. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason they were doing it. And then I noticed today they weren't doing it anymore. Like either they got called out in their faction chat to, hey, quit deploying on that stuff. You're going to give them badges. And we don't need them to have no stinking badges.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's dirty. It's dirty.
So you might just have to drive down to like Birmingham or over to Florence, because you could just go someplace where it is resistance all over the place, and you can get it. And the same thing if people are resistance and need to kill some froggy portals and no one's putting any up in your area, just look on the map for something close by where it's all blue. You probably already know, and just head over there and do it.
Yeah. I guess I'll be doing that probably soon, because I want to get it before Saturday, and really I just need to look on the map and look for the nearby city, because downtown Huntsville, I really don't think I'm going to be able to get that just by doing this every day. I'll get maybe 10, and on some days just probably 0, like nothing. So yeah. Anyway, also this week I wanted to test the speed lock theory that oh gosh, I forgot his name. Lombardo. Gunsmith. Agent Gunsmith. So in the previous episode, he gave us a speed lock theory. I don't really want to go into all of this stuff because we talked about that last episode, but he had a series of things to try, and me and you talked about this before the show too. There's not enough data there. There's too many variables. There's speed limits, or there's how fast are you going, how long have you stopped. There's just way too many variables. I tried what he suggested last time, which was basically go drive in your car, hack one item, and then stop. And then when you go again, hack one or perform another action. It could be a recharge, or it could be a hack or something, or a deploy, whatever. And then when you stop, it resets it. And then when you go, anyway, sure, it worked, but it wasn't consistent, and I never once tried this going really fast, like over 60. This was on like little roads going like maybe 30 or 40, and then stopping at a red light. And then so I don't know. It's really hard to say. I still think that maybe this is a great question to actually ask Andrew Krug and maybe get, you know what I mean? But he's not going to tell us, but it's worth asking.
Secret sauce, right?
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on into the old series.
Well, before we move on, we did have a question in the chat from Graham Slover. It's gone now. Asked how this ties into Pokemon Go, and it's there's a lot of Pokemon Go players that are trying to get to the level so they can submit portals and do OPR actions. So this is a great time for them to level up with the double AP on Resonators 1 through 7 and triple on the 8th Resonator. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's that. Yeah. So that leads us into a little something we like to call here on the Hit Machine.
Situation report.
What was that? That was the
situation report.
Yeah. So just to get into it, since we already started talking about it, this is the Cassandra Neutralizer medal that came out. So, basically the simple idea is that if you're able to neutralize an X amount of portals between now and, Saturday or Sunday, July 22nd, then you'll be rewarded a medal. So the first tier is 100, the second tier is 300, and the third tier is 1,000.
Well, and there's one important thing there, and I meant to mention this to you because you were talking about going downtown every day.
Yeah.
It's uniques. So killing the same portal again does not count.
I didn't catch that first time around.
So you need to be hitting downtown Madison. That one will get filled up every once in a while. Maybe hitting over Decatur. It's kind of
interesting. So you can't get a platinum or an onyx. It stops at gold, or else it'd be like neutralize 10,000, and then the platinum or the onyx would be like neutralize 1 million.
1 million. Yeah.
And so you'd have to travel the world for that one. But there was a lot of people complaining and saying, man, this sucks. Like, the opposite faction in my city is not capturing the neutrals and not allowing me a chance to neutralize.
Right.
So Niantic, like, after putting out this medal, they announced, because I saw the tweet, as soon as they did it, they're like, okay, here we go, people. Now you get double AP for deploying, and you get triple for completing, for putting that last resonator on there. That's awesome. That's great for AP. So now that's a little bit of incentive. It doesn't quite work when the opposite team is all 16s. And
Right.
they would rather grief than like play the game, you know, or like have anybody do anything. But then again, this medal is cosmetic. It really does not matter if you get this or not. But
Well, and that's
watch
what
out.
that's really what I don't get is like, okay, there's part of me that can understand denying someone a medal or badge that may get them a level, like because they need it to progress. So that was the Guardian Hunters kind of like, well, this is why it's actually legit, why we should be killing people's Guardians, so they don't get that badge, and so they can't level. It keeps them down. But like you said, this one is completely cosmetic. The only reason to like go out of your way to keep someone from doing it is just because you're an a-hole. Like, it's the only reason. There's no game mechanic reason to do it except for you're just an a-hole. So, I don't know. It just seems like go out and get some AP. Like, for one thing, I get, like you said, like the level 16s, I get them not doing it just because what do they get out of it besides the medal? Like, I don't expect anyone to go out of their way to, like, go out there and just light up the place to give the medal to the other team. Right. But I know for a fact there's certain people locally who are telling other players not to go out that could actually benefit from the AP. And it's just because they like to play a game of denial. And it's just like deny everything, even just a badge. So I would love to hear some real theories on why it's like, this is a game reason to keep people from the Cassandra medal. And I've got mine, so I could care less, you know, on like a personal aspect. Like, it's not going to bug me. I actually had fun going down and taking down the other team put up this big field, and so I had to go take down like 10 portals out in Scottsboro to bring the field down. I was like, man, that's 10 portals that I would have never gotten in Huntsville taking this field down. Like, just to take your field down, and you won't deploy anywhere around in Huntsville, but I still got 10 of your portals. So I was like, thanks. Thanks for those 10. I'll take it.
Nice.
So we also have, like we said, that still goes on till the end of this weekend, depending on when you're listening to this. And the other problem, not problem, but the one thing that people are really kind of running into is, like, it's coming up on Anomaly. Like, I'm going to be leaving next week to go to the Anomaly, and, like, I'm having to fill out sheets, people are interested in, like, what kind of gear you have for anomalies. Like, you need specific stuff, right? And a lot of it. And when it's like, well, I just sunk, 400 bursters that I could have had at the anomaly on this, it's like, how am I going to get it back? Is this like a way to sell some frackers? Like, everybody's going to need to frack just a little bit more to get that equipment for the anomalies. So,
Yeah.
it'll be fun. Anyway. Did you get a chance to read the old, any of the AMA answers this week?
No, I didn't see any of the new ones. There's you picked out some choice ones though?
Like prime rib.
Oh yeah, right? Is that question 6?
No, I was just saying that prime rib is like choice meat.
Oh, okay.
So no.
I was hoping that had to do with like Prime something or other. Anyway, Ingress Prime. So they said it, or they reiterated the fact that it is coming out October. According to John Hankey. Let's see. Do you have a time frame on Prime Beta for agents? such as those from Navarro, and then Krug
It's like
said,
Dave. It's like Dave Navarro.
Dave Navarro, right?
Named after him. It's his camp.
His answer is people will start to receive invites to the first phase of the Prime Beta by the end of July or the beginning of August. Isn't that cool?
Ooh. So some
First
folks
phase
may
of
actually
beta.
have it for the first anomaly. Like, I wonder if they'll be told, like, hey, don't, like, will you install 2 different games? Or will it just update the one you have? Because, like, if you're going to be at the anomaly with the Prime, it's going to be hard to hide it from, like, your group and stuff. You know,
Right.
if you're not supposed to let people see it and things like that. But
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, if it overwrites it, what are you going to do? My guess is it's going to be a separate file, separate APK or whatever it is on Apple. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see, and hopefully, you know, you probably will have to sign something to, you know, use it. So follow the NDA. Don't be posting screenshots and things like that of it until they say it's cool to do so.
Also, Graham in the chat room says, I'm guessing the only level 16s will get those beta invites. You think?
I don't know, because I think it was like the first 50 were going out to some people who won something at Navarro last year, and I wouldn't be, and they probably aren't all level 16s. So
Right. Yeah. Or
I think it'll just depend.
anomaly attendance too. I mean,
Yeah.
they could kind of know who are the people that are most active and will probably most likely be good beta testers, you know,
Well,
just by the use.
Also, wouldn't they want people who are lower level who may be leveling up in it and see how leveling functions and make sure that all functions and works correctly? Training, tutorials, and all, like everything from the bottom up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of had a smattering from, you know, all types of levels. So don't worry if you're not 16. I don't think you'll be cut out of the beta. Just make sure you've signed up for it over on the beta site. Mm-hmm. And you might just get lucky. And then let us know. Give us screenshots. No, just kidding. Don't.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of questions that he answered, and Tobias actually had one in here. He asked, although a lot of people don't know this, there's actually a backstory in Ingress. However, investigators are starving from no content or pack posts. I know you guys are working hard on Prime and probably the anime, but we don't even know anything about the next anomalies except that apparently Carrie Campbell is back and that we somehow get her journal. Do you think you can get P.A. Chapeau back to posting? Essex is sadly falling apart with lots of people leaving. Greetings! So Andrew responded with, our intelligence indicates that Carrie Campbell, T.S. Osiris, Oliver Linton Wolf, and Hank Johnson, TS 1218, are en route to a number of upcoming XM anomalies. So TS Osiris and TS 1218 seem to be different designations. Is that something I've missed somewhere? I thought TS Osiris was just kind of like, you know, they kind of brand like their intel and stuff during certain times of different things. And that was, do you think that's the people from the other side? Because we know Oliver Linton Wolf was from the different timeline.
Right. That's what I was thinking. These are timeline differentiations.
And so Carrie Campbell died, but now she's back and we're going to do the journal stuff. So that makes sense that they're both TS Osiris and TS 1218. Is that when Hank was born? So he's like
the year 1218.
like almost 1,000 years old, something like that.
Oh,
it could
boy.
be, right? He's on a different timeline. The old 1218. So anyway, they are en route to a number of upcoming XM anomalies. This information supports the theory that a transition is taking place in our current space-time. Location is within a gradient between multiple universes. It's unclear what intelligence these individuals have gained access to that is leading them to their destinations, or how they intend to leverage this transitional time frame. But it is possible information may emerge into the public eye, which sheds light on this.
Yeah, so I wouldn't try to look too far into it right now, since everything is about to get shuffled in a major way because of obviously Prime is coming out, but then it's being the companion will be the anime that will obviously tell us everything we ever want to know and more. So like right now is like a great time to just kind of hang loose, chill out, neutralize some portals, and just hang 10, bruh. Go hit some waves. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Like,
dude.
It's like the storm's coming. Right now is the calm. So, you know, just enjoy the quiet because, you know, it's about to get loud up in here. That's my advice. So anyway, we have
now or never.
we have a lot more that we probably won't read over right now, but we have some choice. Oh, did you want to hit another one?
No, I was just saying we'll link to it in the show notes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Also with that, as part of that is classified anomaly intelligence was released, and this is actually released on the website that was referenced, which is the Investigate Ingress, which is PA Chapeau's investigation website. And so all the timetables and the rules for the first set of anomalies that will be on July 28th have been officially released with all the phases. And they're doing some different things this time. So there's actually part of a phase, or part of, you get points based off hacks. Like, this is a new thing. Like, I don't think they've ever done this in another anomaly, but they're actually going to count the number of hacks that each agent does during the anomaly, and the side that has the most hacks is going to get some points.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
And so, kind of the odd thing about this is, I mean, you've been to a couple anomalies. You know how it's like. For the most part, you're kind of standing in one place for a long time, and you're only going to be able to hack one thing, and you're not going to have like hack mods on it. So you're going to get your hacks on it. So, do you think people are going to start moving around more? I mean, I know there's some teams that move all the time, but like,
so yeah, that's interesting. Maybe you'll have a hack team then. Maybe on bikes, right? You'll have your bike hack team or something.
Well, so the other thing with this is they're going to take, I guess, like the middle 70% or so. I don't have the exact numbers. It's in the doc somewhere. But they're going to basically throw out the bottoms and the tops, right, to get the middle average. So if you have a team that is out there hacking a ton, well, they're going to get chopped off, and those won't count, right? Because they'll take the medians, or whatever, the middle agents. So really, it's up to the whole team to be hacking. Like, how are you going to work this out to get your whole team hacking? And we'd have to look in to see exactly how many points that's worth. We do have a news article with all the information too. Feel free to go to agentacademypodcast.com. Just click on the ingress information at the top, and it'll take you to the news, and you can find the article, or search either one.
.com. And let's see what's next in City Sit Rep. NL, the old NL 1331X. This is making an appearance in San Diego in July on 28th, 10 days from now. So it's during the anomaly. That's a long way from here. I don't think we'll be seeing this, but get yourself some 1331. Get yourself the NL medals. There's 2 of them. There might be more now. I don't know. I know me and Goonie, we got 2.
Oh, it's different now. It's moved to a tiered medal, so it's a completely different medal from the original NL 133 medal, and it's so every time you get to one of these events and hack the NL 133, And this is the X.
Oh,
so
that's
this is
right.
the new bus.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
This is
I
the
remember
never
when they
seen-
went tiered. That's right, because we were like, oh man, we need to like go check them out all the time. Every time they hit the south,
And they're
or
like,
east,
we're going to be in Europe.
it's like, "Meh." Right, yeah.
And they do have a new pin for, I guess, America. It's like the NL133 tire with the wing, but it has the U.S. flag on it. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, some other pins and other swag. And they also mentioned that they're going to have some Ingress store items for pre-sale. And I couldn't really tell by what they were saying in their posting whether this was stuff that they were going to kind of release before the event, which, we're talking, less than 2 weeks away. And then you pre-order and get it there, or what I'm assuming is you get there and they'll have like, here, you can see what it's going to be and pre-order it now and we'll mail it to you after we actually make this stuff. We want to see if you're going to buy it first. So maybe it's some cool new swag we'll get to see coming out.
Yeah. Cool swag. Oh, hey. The new community manager. And this one's Niantic community manager, not like just, Ingress or Harry Potter or one of the other. This is the European. So he has an umlaut above his name, and I don't know how to exactly say his last name, but it's Don. I'm going to try. And then you try. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Dominic Schollen. Hold on. Sean Leben. Is that wrong?
I'm going with Agent Nerd Meets You.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know why he had
Agent
such a
Nerd.
problem. I'm going with, let's see, Dominique Schoenleber.
Oh, Schoenleb. Hey, that's pretty good because there is an umlaut. It sounds
Is that an N or an
Swedish.
R at the end? End of the name.
it's an N, I think.
So Liben. Schoenleben.
Schoenleben.
Completely murderalizing this.
Is it
But,
German? Or is that
I would
Swedish?
I would go with German.
German? Well, anyway, he looks awesome. He's got a big fluffy beard just like Andrew Krug, so they know that's what you must have. That's one of the requirements to be a community manager. He looks like a great guy. He's level 6. He's enlightened.
It sounds like to me maybe he's opened up Ingress to take a gander at it. Right? Like my daughter is almost 6th and she plays like once every other month kind of thing, right? So I think he even mentioned it in it's kind of an AMA under the post that they made. He's answering people's questions, asked him about, I guess, what he plays or whatever. And he said that, or an Ingress, and said that his, I believe, girlfriend said, hey, you might like this game, Ingress, after he was talking about how he liked Pokemon Go so much. So it sounds like maybe he's more of a Go player. If if mobile games at all. He's into the Switch.
Oh, Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he's supposed to mention that publicly, but
they're not directly competing unless Nintendo has plans to put something on their tablet, right? Because the Switch is, it's like a giant tablet, so it could be a scanner, it could be a Harry Potter thing, it could be a Pogo thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, well, their new Pokemon game's actually going to have some kind of tie-ins with Pokemon Go. So if you get it, you'll get like, I don't remember what it was, like creatures from Pokemon Go that you had or something. Something will go back and forth between the two. So yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, Nintendo, great fit.
Yeah, it would be.
They're already working with them. So anyway, welcome to the community. Glad there's more Niantic employees out there, more Ingress lovers, hopefully, and more ENL players. Always good.
Yeah,
you get one of these. It's a frog.
Lastly,
who's
We have this one. You want to talk about this one?
Operation Clearfield. They have announced 3 new special events for Operation Clearfield. It's a badge you can get. This is a partnership between the National Park Foundation and GoRuck, who's bringing a lot of other special events during the anomaly season as well. But this one's going to be at 3 specific national parks: Ocmulgee National Monument, Fort Vancouver National Historic Site, and Fort Raleigh National Historic Site. You can already register for these. I believe it's $30 to actually sign up and do the event. I would like to get more information about exactly what these entail, because I kind of read over some of the stuff, and it seems like there's teams, there's some sort of scavenger hunt, but you also get points for doing cool things like posting pictures and doing service things. I assume like cleaning up bottles, maybe rescuing animals in the park. I'm pretty sure not burning down trees is a good thing to do in this. So if you've participated in a previous Operation Clearfield, let us know what it was like, because I would be interested in going to. There's one in Macon, Georgia, which is really close to us. I say close considering the other one's in Canada. So, if you want to go to that one, maybe we could try to go to that one. But that one's in August 10th, I think.
Oh, that's pretty soon.
Yeah.
You need a passport, right? Do you have to have a passport to go to Canada just to drive
Macon,
there?
Georgia?
Oh, I thought you said up in Canada.
I said the other one is.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I would go to the one in Georgia.
Oh, yeah, in Georgia. Yeah, I don't think you need a passport to go to Georgia. So.
You may. Don't get a speeding ticket there, but yeah.
Well, cool. Okay, so keep the
and just
clean.
I guess quickly, I'll go over the rules real quick. I know we've got a lot of stuff, but rules are: you remain with your team at all times. You wear comfortable clothing and walking shoes. Stay on the designated paths and areas of the park. Post photos of your team accomplishing the various tasks on the hit list to the GoRuck Reps Instagram handle. Teams must achieve a minimum of score of 30 points to earn the OCF badge. And then if you win, you get is it the gold one? I think if you win, you get gold, and if you get second, you get silver. I'll have to double check on those. But anyway, you can actually have resistance teams, E&L teams, or cross-faction, X-Fact teams. So
that's
interesting.
Cool. Yeah, cross-faction teams. That's interesting. All right. Well, then I have a capsule.
In that capsule, is there something that is the smaller than a bread basket?
You know it.
In the capsule.
What's in the capsule? 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 What's in the capsule?
It's that time again. All right.
So what's in your capsule, and is it bigger than a bread box?
It is smaller than a human skull.
That's not a human skull.
Okay, so my thingy here is okay. This was inspired by the new metal, right? That we have, the Neutralizer metal. It seems to be a lot of little metals that keep popping up here and there that are just not like main metals that you work on for years, but it's like they come and go real fast, and you're like, oh, whoa, we got another one of these. Like the anniversary metals, right? You're going to get one of those every year, and it's just like so many metals, and that's great. I'm not complaining that there's too many metals, but
sounds like you're complaining.
I would like to maybe organize them and maybe showcase a few. So in a lot of current games, you have the ability to showcase your achievements. Like Namely, Smite does it. Even Steam, like if you are familiar with Steam, you can showcase your favorite, achievements, or in this case, medals. So why not be able to just kind of put a few on there? And I'm not just saying put one in the spotlight, because it's hard to choose just one. It's hard to choose just 4, right? But maybe just have the originals there, and then like in some little sub area is like all the little challenges that kind of come and go, and then another sub area it's like all of the personalities that you meet, that kind of thing. Because right now it's like it's a sea of medals, and I look at somebody's profile and it's like a huge mess. I'm like, oh my god, like what is all of this? I'm hunting for just one particular one that I'm like, oh man, what is the picture? Oh, I can't find it. It's getting ridiculous. And but I don't want this to curb the short-term medal thing, because that's absolutely needed in this game. Without these short-term missions or quests or something, you're risking getting stale or burned out. But I love it. But we just can't have 1,000, like 5,000 things to scroll through. It's crazy. So I don't know. What do you think? Is that realistic?
Yeah, no, I think that's realistic, and I think they could do multiple things. We've talked about being able to rearrange your badges and missions and all that sort of stuff. And if it was some sort of tab system or something where it's like, here's all my badges and it's like the current thing. So because the one thing I do like about it is that the latest one that you've gotten pops up to the front behind the anomalies. But besides the anomalies, it shows your anomalies first, and then it pops up the latest one that you actually achieved. So it's kind of, I like that, being able to see, okay, what was the last one I got, or what was the one that I haven't touched in forever, And you can kind of see that it's dated and it's ordered, and it's really the only kind of journal you have to like when you did stuff in the past is how that's ordered. So I wouldn't want to lose that data, but they could definitely have tabs. I think, like, hey, let me, because a lot of people hide their profile in general. So jerks who don't want them to get their Cassandra Neutralizer badge don't just look and go, oh, they don't have their badge yet, so I'm definitely not going to deploy over in their area where I know they play, right? So everybody's like, hide your crap, hide your profile, hide your badges. But what if you can have a public profile? So you see it how it is now, but then you can have one that's like, these are the badges that I want public.
Ah, that's a good one.
And then you can have tabs for all the other stuff. These are my anomalies. These are characters. These are, all those different things. So, I think that's a great idea.
Very cool. All right, we got a winner. Ding, 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 ding. What's your winner of an idea? I
was trying to find the ding, ding, but that's all you got. So.
But that's a good one.
You got a little pika, pika. Pika at my idea is another tab. I love tabs, apparently. No, I'm really kind of a Diet Pepsi, but...
Oh, yeah, I like Diet Dr. Pepper, but yeah, tab's okay.
That's weird. But comms. So I want a new comms tab where in my comms I can click on it and it's just messages to me. Because alerts, it's too much. Like it's all the data, and I would like to be able to just have my messages of talking back and forth to other agents, like the conversation, the actual comms, and not just the alert. Like to me, the alerts are, hey, this crap's going down. Bing, 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 bing. Then there's like comms and communications where it's like, hi, how are you doing? What's up? You want to go farm? All that kind of stuff. So that's what I want. Tab.
Okay. So a tab with just your stuff. Like a message or like a private message kind of thing. Or really, I guess it's more than that. It's just any public message or private message or anything directed towards you. So, yeah.
And maybe it is just the messages, right? That because I mean we've kind of talked about in the past that the kind of conversation is really hard to follow anywhere because of the location and how it works, and if you're not out far enough I'm sure most agents know, but when you look at the comms on the tab, you can actually dial it into like, I only want to know what's around me, 5 kilometers, or I want to know everything. And depending on how far it is, you may not actually see what someone else is saying to another agent. Like, and you're like trying to figure out this conversation. You're like, what the heck are they talking about? This dude's just talking to no one. Or what's even worse is like when multiple agents are talking, but you only see 1 or 2 of them, and you're like, well, this conversation really doesn't make sense, and you're like trying to dial it in or out, but that's kind of hard to do too, because the farther you dial it out, the less information you get locally, because you get so much everywhere that it fills up. There's like a maximum. You can't scroll back forever. Right.
Yeah.
And it's actually less the further out you're looking, because there's more data. I don't know if I said that right. So, yeah.
I like it. Put it in there. Just a quickie from the chat room before it scrolls up and loses it. Hizzy Biz said, my idea is to get rid of the media part of your inventory. I never get media, so why even have it there? So, I mean, it seems like media...
Just another tab.
Right. I mean, I get you. Like early days when you first start playing, you're picking up everything, obviously, and it's like even back then, I remember picking it up going, oh, wait, it's opening up a web page. Wait, what's going on? Oh, it's opening up a video. Oh, okay. After once or twice of clicking on that, I was like, well, it told me that, there's a YouTube channel that I should be subscribed to. After that, I didn't like picking it up either, or I'd pick it up just to kill it off for the energy or the XM. I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know anybody who loves it, right? Like, oh my God, that's so cool. How much media do you have? Show me your media collection. Oh, wow, I have like 200 pieces, man. All the way back from like 2016. Whoa, cool. Like, that just doesn't exist.
I think Caleb saves his media.
Right?
He loves the media.
I think this is definitely something that's going to be going away in Prime. I don't know why. I don't have any facts to back that up. I have a feeling that the team at Niantic also is like never going to pick up media, and they're also like, what is the deal with this? Why have this? So,
well, yes. I think it's kind of a sore spot with them, because they get the why don't we ever get media anymore thing, right? But that's from the people who didn't get all the media in the past, and for the people then were like, why do we got all this stupid media that's just filling up my inventory? So it's like, I think the problem is that it uses up inventory spots. Like, let's stop that immediately, because I actually think it'd be kind of cool to have all my media. Like, to see all the stuff in the past that maybe... Because it's more than just the new stuff. Like, you could, when they did the contest for the Circle K, you could hack some media. When they did some of this, the Dark XM events, like, certain portals across the world were dropping media, and they had to actually take that media and do stuff with it to find codes and find all this other stuff. So I think, like, that's the beauty in the media that they could do is like, drop half codes that you've got to actually find another agent locally that has the other half of the code, and then y'all can put that together, and it's two things of a passcode, right? That's has 2 uses, one for each of y'all. But you had to, like, that's how to use it. Like, get the agents working together. Say, hey, this portal's going to be dropping the media, but you can only get it once. The code's going to be different. But once you combine like the right codes, and however you figure out how those combine together to work, but there's cool things you could do with it.
Right, that's pretty cool. I like the little combo idea. The one thing though about, like, if if you're allowed to hold unlimited amount of media and it not affect your inventory space, then you might still have a problem because now you can still recycle these, right? So now you have an unlimited battery.
Well, but can you? Like, how much do they recycle for? And could you just like remove that off it?
I don't know. I'd do it right now if I had any media because I got my scanner right in front of me. But anyway, that's just a speculation, is that somebody would abuse it and go, oh yeah, okay, I got a new way to instead of power cubes, I have media. I have hundreds of these things. You could grow them in your quantum capsules.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, but I don't think that would count. Like what I'm saying is put it on a tab so it's not like an item.
Another tab? Do we need another tab?
All the tabs. Or, it's like a capsule where you put it in there and it doesn't count towards your inventory. But if you take it out and start trying to grow it into something else, then it's going to count to your inventory. And, a level 1 burster, you can grow those all you want, but you're not going to be using those to, replace power cubes anytime soon.
Right, yeah. I mean, it would be a weak power cube for sure.
So it's definitely something I think, that's a good catch that you would have to make sure you dealt with. But I'm not sure. And I have 0 media too. No
media.
Oh, well.
Anyway, so, yeah, well, okay. That's a great one. Let's move on then. Meow.
Okay, so we have a call here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Alexa's trying to talk to me. Here we go. This is from Sarah.
Hashtag what's in the capsule. Agents should have the option of storing their excess gear in a single-use passcode that they have access to. Yeah, good idea, bad idea, question mark.
Good one. Good one. I can't believe we haven't thought about this yet. First of all, thanks, Sarah, for the call. It's awesome. Storing inventory in a single-use passcode. So this is your inventory. You're like, hold up, I'm going farming. Let me put my 500 bursters into a code. So now it just
like
goes away.
Maybe you use one of your capsules.
Right?
And you can hit the create passcode button from that capsule, and you now get a media with your passcode. See how we wrap this all together? So now you have a media, so it's one piece that has, maybe it has more than 100. I mean, we're always kind of, capsules only have 100 normally, but
maybe this has unlimited.
Maybe it's a special capsule. It's this
special
passcode capsule. They can hold as much as you want. You put it all in there.
So that's a good idea because you get the visual of it. Like, because if I started packing away a bunch of my inventory and getting codes for it, now I'm stuck with like a piece of paper or I don't know, a text file on my computer or whatever of just a bunch of codes, and I have to write down what the inventory list of each code. Oh my God, that's too much. But the way you're saying, how about just a capsule so I could look inside of it, go, oh, hey, I need this. So like now you know it's being stored, and your key is a code. Well, then again, why do you need the code though? If you think about it,
the capsule,
because it's right there in front of you. Like, why type in some? I don't know.
Like, it could just be a capsule that was your inventory capsule or something. I think it's kind of a cool, like, it's a unique idea about, well, your inventory's in this passcode. Yeah. Like, and I know they would never do it because they've got to worry about, unfortunately, like, sellers and farmers of, like, items. But, like, that would be kind of cool to be able to be like, happy birthday, Agent Soho. Here's a passcode that I created. It used my inventory, so it's not like extra inventory or anything. But you can use it, and now you get whatever I put in it. And it's like a little birthday passcode that I created. Like, I think that would be awesome. And so, could it be exploited? Sure, because you don't have to be next to the person.
Right. You could give it to them anywhere. So maybe that's what she was actually meaning, because she was saying that you're just storing your inventory in a single use passcode. It's not necessarily just for you. It's just a single use. Whoever uses it has that stuff you just packed in there. So yeah, it's a way you can give a gift, but like you said, you have to watch out for like third-party sellers and illegal stuff. So.
But see, I almost feel like that would make it easier for them to catch.
Oh, because they're the
farmers.
ones that.
This is the same dudes like giving out 500 of these passcodes with all this loot. Like,
Oh yeah,
now
and
they
you know
have
the
like a
origin.
super duper like, hard line to this seller and could start banning them easier.
Or just go to his door, kick in his door, get the SWAT team. Storm the castle. Yeah, okay. So it's a kind of a honeypot deal too, so you can catch some criminals.
Some criminals.
High class criminals. Okay, well this would be an awesome dead drop, said John Rocks, because John Rocks. That's true. It could be. You could put it somewhere. You could just. I mean, it could be a hunt, like a scavenger hunt type of a quest or a mission. I don't know. Lots of uses. I like it. That's pretty cool.
Good idea.
Okay, good idea.
What's this next one here from Library Debster?
Library Debster on Twitter. She said some sort of unique identifier for each portal, maybe a portal number. Trying to sort keys and lockers and capsules by name works okay until you have two portals in the same park with the same name. A searchable portal database would be awesome too. So, a way to look up portals without their names, basically. Some like an ID, like a freaking Dewey Decimal System, something.
A Dewey J decimal system?
A Dewey J. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I've really had that problem of needing to look up. Okay, like say you have a lot of keys. Okay, I guess I have actually. Like if I have a lot of keys and I'm flipping through them, I'm across town. I know that they're sorted in distance.
Yeah, and title, so you can do title and distance.
And title, and you can flip it. But well, no, I mean, if I need to know the name of it, I'll flip it into title sorting. I don't know. I don't know a good use of having a unique identifier for each portal.
Well, I mean, for one thing, it's if you're doing ops for sure, like a lot of times there are portals that are similarly named. Some are like super long. Some you can't really even see the full thing like on the title when you're just looking at keys and stuff. So when you're calling off these names of portals, hey, link this one to that one, and you're trying to do it like in the most expedient measure. Like you look down on the list and you go, oh, this is that portal, and you're like that key, and you're like, oh crap, that's actually a different one that was named close to it. And because you don't know, maybe it was the words are just off just a little bit, right? So you think it's that key. Oh, they must have just typed it in wrong. Like it's so easy to think that, because why would there be two keys named, Park Leon? Oh, because this one's Park Leon whatever sign, and this one is Park Leon East entrance. You're like, I didn't catch the East and West entrances. So I can see like the possibility of needing some sort of identifier. There's I don't know why you couldn't, because I bet you they all have a unique identifier already built in, and so they just need to expose that. The general players, though, I don't think for the most part would need it. Like you said, like 9 times out of 10, it's not, that big of a deal. Most of the time, we're just looking at, I got 800 keys, and I don't even know why I have this key anymore. Like, I'm sure I was saving it for something, but no clue. So do I just hold on to it just in case? Because you know what's going to happen. As soon as you recycle that key, someone's going to be like, hey, we're ready to do that op now. You got the 10 keys from Park Leon West Side ready? And you're like, oh, I got East Side.
Yeah. I guess like a quick, easy implementation would be that like a notes or a comments section for each portal. So
Yes.
you can write in whatever you want, whatever your identifier, or just a comment and say, this portal's next to the mall, or like my home portal, or my arch enemy's house. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And then you can search for your own notes, right? So you can drop whatever keywords you want. And it would just,
awesome.
it's not only a sorting tool, but it's also like a comment. Like you said, like, why do I have this again? Oh, there's a comment that said, Goonie guy gave it to me because he didn't want it anymore. And I love his trash, so I pick up his trash all day. And that's all in the comment. And it's like, cool.
So there's a system. Man, I probably shouldn't even be giving this out. This is some secret stuff that I've been working on. But, okay, I'm going to give it out anyway.
Dewey Decimal?
Blame it on the North Coast brother Thelonious here. But, okay, so, like, what I've been doing is, as I've been going to portals that I know I need to know information about, or I want to know information about, they're out in the middle of nowhere, as I find information, I just email myself with a bunch of like keywords and the titles, and I've got a certain like things I use to know that, okay, this is this portal, and I put in all the data, copy the the map link from the Intel into the email, and anyway, I just email it to myself, and then when I find out more information, like, oh, Sprint sucks out here at this portal, I just search for that portal, and it brings up that email, and I just reply to it with, Sprint sucks here. So I just keep my notes in my email, because I always have my email with me, and I don't have to open up some other app, and it's like my database of information about portals, or anything, and I can just sit there, and I'll be like, okay, like to link these portals, right? So then I start connecting portals that use in a set of fields and stuff together. So it starts building this kind of like just data about these portals. And then like, oh, this agent likes to farm this portal a lot, so I know if I need keys for that portal, I know who to ask now, right?
Yeah.
And it's just all in there in that portal. I don't have to think about it. I don't have a spreadsheet somewhere. It's just in my, Google is just taking care of it for me. Now, the question I have for you, Agent Soho, is that breaking the TOS? Am I know I'm not scraping, but am I, what's the other word they use in there?
Like retaining data or something like that.
Yeah, like the retaining data. There was some weird wording they had, which basically meant, hey, don't keep information about the portals. And like, that's my question is,
man, yeah, that's a tough one, because that's your own comments. That's something that you're not translating anything. You're not recording actions from the game, for one thing.
Right.
You're not saying on this day so-and-so captured this portal. You're not taking notes of that. So
I'm
you're
not saving their emails. I'm not like, ooh,
right.
Hey, that's a way I could filter it to forward emails about those portals to...
You could link that up to a Google sheet, like a spreadsheet, and they could update a row automatically.
I don't know. See, and that's what I'm wondering is, like, my next step was actually, like, I could make this into a mailing list, right? Where I just had a mailing list, and I said, okay, hey, Eric, this is the format I use. Whatever it is. Name a portal, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
If you come up with a note, just mail it to this mailing list with this thing, and then forward it and respond appropriately.
Right. And then it updates whatever.
And then it will go and send it out to everybody else who's on that mailing list with that portal thing. and tie it together.
So you could have a network of what do you call it? I guess like comments or unique identifiers for each portal. And this is completely a user-driven layer right here. There's no translation of events coming from the game. This is strictly
not automated. It's not, yeah.
Right. It's not automated for sure. It's note taking.
Yeah. And it's
I
not
don't know
about like, hey, this portal is level 7 right now. Like, that isn't what you want in there. It's just more stuff like, hey, if you go to this portal, make sure you have an AT&T hotspot or someone who does.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. I think there's some cool kind of. It's almost getting into where that's low tech, right? It's like,
yeah.
I could have paper written down, but I use Google anyway. So. Great question. Unique identifier of some sort. Like, that would be another thing I would put in there. But like Eric's saying, like, you can make your own unique identifier and put that info in your Google. In your Googles, you could put the picture of the key.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can put it right in your Google hole.
Hey now, don't be talking about the Google holes like that just because you'll get in trouble.
Are we doing this other one here too?
I was trying to look at this key real quick to see if...
Oh, like the like an image of a key?
See if there was any other information that might be...
Yeah, not really.
This is a screenshot.
I'm looking at my keys too. This is
this the best podcast ever? This is the Looking at the Keys podcast, brought to you by Large Marge Media. And so we're going to move into something we like to call...
It's weird. It makes me feel funny. Okay, well, thank you, JBJ Blaze, for the awesome bumper. The king of bumpers. Okay, so we have Gunsmith. Last week, we talked about what are the names of the like personalities that you meet at the anomalies, or what are the main characters' names? We couldn't think of it, and anyway, so Gunsmith dropped a comment this week. He said the Ingress personalities are called sensitives. Is that right?
I think a lot of them are. I was wondering if it was all of them. Like, I'm sure maybe there's some, but you know, it's like it seems like that is the word, but it almost seems like there's a word close to it, because it was all the people who were could play music, they were artists, and but then, you know, some of them just got filled with the XM and got into XM storm crap and during what night? Epiphany night and things like that. And
yeah,
so I mean, it works for me until someone tells us better. The sensitives. No, it feels awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Feels awkward.
We have a lot of comments, lots of people going nuts, but I think we were kind of running long on the show, so let's go to media.
Oh, you want me to hit that button?
Speaking of media.
Inconceivable!
Agents, it appears we have found something interesting. Media acquired.
What? So
just recycle it. We don't need media anymore.
No more. No
just
more.
Take that tab away.
You good?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Put the tab back. We like media.
Okay.
Okay, what do we got?
Now, with this media tonight, we got, so this is something that I thought was pretty cool. There's a website. Now, this is E&L only, so don't get upset about that, because I've actually talked with the gents who have created this website, and they've actually offered to work with Resistance folks who would want to basically do the same thing for Resistance. And maybe there's something already out there in the Resistance world, like the Burn Network stuff or whatever. But this is a site called EBL.world. And it's EBL World. And it's basically a way to do events with teams playing against each other to do cool things in Ingress, basically scoring AP and all this stuff. And so there's like a World Cup of Ingress that they've built. And it's kind of like Agent Stats, where you like upload your image and it gets all the data, and you make teams. And so you can have your team working together against other people, but you see like the daily stats and the weekly, monthly, blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot of fun, and they do seasons, and they've got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm working on an article that will be on the website that really details it a lot more. I implore any Resistance agents out there who are interested in building something like this, or to reach out to them, because they will work with you to get you what you need to do it, I believe. You have to talk to them to get the specifics, but they definitely said that they were interested in that, because they thought it would be great to have like this system where it was, like I don't know what the football term is, but the AFC and the NFL, whatever. There's two like leagues, and then they fight throughout the year in their own leagues, and then at the end they have the big one where it's Resistance versus E&L. And so it'd be like this cool like extra event going on. So reach out to them, and if you're enlightened and want to get involved with the team or create a team, go to EBL World and sign up and check it out.
Cool. Yeah, EBL.world. Yeah.
And if you have website like this, or you know of one, especially Resistance ones, because we definitely don't know as much about Resistance culture and websites as we could if we were Resistance. So let us know about them so we can talk about them, so Resistance players can get some of the same stuff. Because we've kind of not talked about E&L sites specifically, because it's like we didn't want to be like, well, we're E&L, and this is kind of an XFAC podcast. We have a lot of listeners from both sides, and so we definitely want to be able to give that information out that we don't know. So let us know.
Yeah.
Word. And that brings us to this.
Goonie guy, pick up. The Smurfs just pulled off a multi-state bath, and they anchored in Huntsville. We need you to get out there and take out those anchors. Now.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to go.
Well,
Agent Soho, and take care of this field. And that was thank you to Agent Dewey J, who sent in the exit bumper for us a while ago, actually, and haven't been able to play it till now because I
really?
suck.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Right?
Okay.
Right? So send us your stuff. Well, we did miss a lot of stuff we wanted to talk about tonight, so we'll get to it the next week. We got the Anomaly coming up, so we've got one show before the Anomaly next week, and then one immediately following it. We may have a new co-host showing up during one of these episodes soon. We'll talk more about that. We've got a great deal on a thing. I want to do an article about it, but I also want to talk about it. Skyroam Solus. It's a global Wi-Fi hotspot. So it works actually like on 12 different cellular networks. So you'll get like the best signal wherever you are. They have monthly plans as well as daily passes. I've got one to try out, and I want to try it out and see how it works in some places. and hopefully we can do a video on it. But if you go to our website, click on the link, use the code Agent Academy, you'll get, I believe it's 10% off and like a free day pass to try it out. So it's definitely worth it, I think, for a hotspot, because you pay for the hotspot once, right? And then you can either pay a monthly fee if you want like unlimited all the time on it, or you can just pay for like a pass. It'll give you like 4 or 5 24-hour passes where it's just like when you really need it, you just crack it open and use that day, and you get unlimited for 24 hours.
Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, it's like renting internet at a hotel or something, right? Like at a convention. Like I just want internet for 12 hours and something like that. That's actually really cool. Definitely, if you're gonna be creeping aroand in weird places and you need
Creeping around.
I mean, that's kind of what you do. You're like looking around, like, does anybody see me out here?
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of the anomalies, we'll talk more about it next week. But if you're going to the Boston anomaly, look for me. Let me know, because I do have.
Here's a comms.
Well, we just got oh, thanks, JBJ Blaze. We just got a super shout from JBJ Blaze. So thank you very much. But we do have bio cards. I will have mine on me, as well as the show's bio cards. And if you find me, there is a QR code on the back of each. Each has a badge on our website for scanning it in. So let me know so I can make sure I save one for you and at least bring enough for that. But
fancy.
I guess that's all I have this week. How about you, Soho?
I think that's all there is to be done here. They're talking that we're up to cheap tricks in the chat room, saying that we're trying to just get like some resistance intel.
We got the intel.
Yeah, we got media, man, up to our eyeballs. We'll share with you if we see an anomaly. We'll drop some media for you.
Yeah, why don't y'all, what we want is really just to be friends. So, like, sign us up for this old BRRN network thing y'all got going, and just let us look around. Yeah. We won't tell anyone what's in there, we promise. Right?
Yeah.
So, thanks for everybody sending in your comments and your ideas, as well as the bumpers. We appreciate it. And y'all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye bye.
I'll record it too. Is that okay with you? Hey, I hope you're still there, because we forgot one last thing for you. We have the achievement code for episode 28. It is AA79355AA. Just put that in on the form on the achievement page for episode 28, and you'll get the badge. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Bye.